Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fly the Coop. I am your host, Carrie Ann Carter. After 22 years in the real estate business, I've seen my fair share of people, stories, and experiences fly the coop in one way or another. This podcast is all about telling those stories. Let's jump into the coop. If you love design, especially when it comes to beautiful custom tile and the artistry behind wallpaper, then you have a treat today. We are with Kelli Fontana, a designer that does some incredible work, and it's such an honor to have you, Kelli, on the show today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, Kelli, I've been in your office. The work that you do is absolutely spectacular. And I really have enjoyed so much spending some time with you in your home, and the elements of, creativity that are emulated in the photography I've done with you are just extraordinary. And I absolutely wanted to share your inspiration and some of your design work with our audience. So tell us a little bit about when you started and what your inspiration is and what you're doing with your new tile and wallpaper line.
Okay, so I started working in 2003 after I graduated from a residential design program on the East Coast of Florida. Prior to that, I had kind of been jumping around with my major. I had felt some pushback when I kind of wanted to do something more creative in the late 90s. That didn't seem like a safe avenue, so I kind of was influenced to go into more traditional lines of work. And I took a year off of school and then decided to go back and just go for it and go to school for design. And right when I got out of school, I continued working for a boutique design firm down in Naples, Florida, where I'm from. And I also got a job at a large scale showroom, like a more high end furniture showroom.
Nice.
So I did those two things and then kind of decided I can do this. I can do this on my own. So then went and got a fictitious name and opened up a bank account, got myself some business cards, and was doing all of these things. And eventually, the first two were able to fall away, and I was able to do my own business as a decorator in Naples, Florida, full time.
We have our office down in Naples now, and you dropped Southwest Florida, which is beautiful, right?
Mhm.
I mean, an amazing extension. So many of our clients here in Minnesota have a connectivity to Florida for all of the obvious reasons.
Mhm.
We all love our warm climate component in your design world. What a beautiful marriage, right? Of being able to share your design inspiration, and quite easy to get down there. If you have a client interest, you just pop down there and work with them. And we'll be getting into your actual design studio and how you're working with clients, both locally and mobily. Tell us a little bit about Naples and what you can do down there for clients that are interested.
Well, I am a full service firm with, over 20 years of experience. So, from conceptualization to, full turnkey project completion, we have many connections and, very long relationships with professionals in Southwest Florida. So, yeah, we're ready.
So I'm going to drop West Bay Homes because you are
Mhm,
part owner of West Bay Homes. When
mhm.
you are bringing your design element into the process, Kelli, explain to the viewer you're doing full design and renovation. You're
Oh,
consulting
yes.
on all different scales. It's not just about the custom component of the work, which you're going to be sharing, and your new design line that is
Mhm,
already out and in production. Then
mhm.
there's the customization component, but then there's full design service and renovation and new build. luxury new build.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So that full service turnkey aspect is really cut my teeth in Naples, Florida. Clients there want to be able to literally bring their toothbrush and their clothes and have a finished, luxurious, um, gorgeous, lifestyle. So I feel like so many years of that, um, accompanied by how I was able to kind of adapt to the way things have been for our business here with West Bay Homes and working exclusively with my husband, who is a general contractor. It, I think I have gotten the best of both worlds. So, you know, from the blueprints, the drawings, and then bringing my background, which is what are they going to feel? What are they going to touch? What are the sight lines going to be? And
Mm-hmm.
kind of seeing that in my mind as the plans are being drawn. It's all very kind of holistic and harmonious. And we like to think of it as a true property from the moment you touch the door handle, the light switch, and how that turns off, the last thing that you touch, and everything in between.
Amazing. I love that. Okay, so let's jump back into your design studio and completed product because you do have a whole series getting back to the
Mhm.
fundamentals of finishing a space. If somebody's going in and doing a basic, like they're going to build out a new foyer and they want a beautiful tile, or they're going into a space where they want a new backsplash or want to add an as simple as a new design in a bathroom or in their office. You've got a stunning, absolutely spectacular custom design line. So how does a customer seek out a product that's what I call kind of lock and leave? It's already done, ready to go, and they can pick and choose and then walk out of the store with the product or within a reasonable period of time. How does that work?
So, my tile collection, my exclusive tile collection with the tile shop, so that's thetileshop.com. They have over 140 showrooms in North America. So you can go in and touch and feel and, hold your samples up against, what you're considering with my tile line, perhaps. And also, there is a fantastic online service for my wallpaper collection, Murals Your Way. So that company is actually out of Hawkins, Minnesota, and their customer service is top tier. I used them many times before I designed and developed a line with them. So I would highly recommend the Tile Shop or Murals Your Way.
Amazing. Okay, so how many, shall I say, pre-designed options are there right now that you have out approximately in terms of tile and wallpaper?
Yeah, so in my tile collection, I have 8 currently. 3 like antiqued mirror um, colorways that are gorgeous. 2 really larger scale ribbed designs, the Tomas collection, so beautiful. Um, and then also I have a more intricate kind of spiral floor and wall tile and 3 colorways. They're all very neutral, whites and blacks and beiges for the most part. So
Beautiful.
very easy to kind of blend in and into your designs.
Perfect. I love that. The neutral is definitely helpful, right? It's sometimes hard, especially, and we're going to transition really quickly into trend versus something that's sustainable and has longevity and is timeless. When
Mhm.
we talk about design, I've been through your personal home and you have a beautiful, timeless finish. Um, your vision in the home when you walk in is so comfortable. And I
Thank
do
you.
think I'm sure you feel the same way when you're out exploring. The artisan tour was in session here, and we have our parade of homes here in the Twin Cities. I do personally feel like there's oftentimes a very strong trending design, and I personally am more favorable to those more timeless and elegant and clean and comfortable when you walk and you just feel like, oh, I could live with this for 25 years and I'll love it just as much in 25 years as I do right now. What's your take
Mhm.
on that? And
Oh,
what's your concern, really? I'm curious what you think about that.
without question, I'm timeless versus trend. I'm always on the timeless route. I think it's so ingrained in me. I mean, even my wardrobe, I try to keep things really edited, uh, try to find investment pieces that I feel like I can wear for many years. And I'm not saying that these things need to be expensive, but just tasteful in a way that they stand the test of time.
Mhm.
So I feel like you can get a lot of longevity out of your interiors and your home without kind of subscribing to a time stamp.
I agree with
Um,
you.
yes, so I'm very much on that track, and I feel like all of my work is based on that theory.
Really important to know because I think people do struggle and they want direction and they want advice. And I do think that as a community, both locally, nationally, globally, you think about some of the design shows that go on, for instance, in Milan. I'm sure you know this in Europe, they literally recreate their and design their kitchen spaces like every 7 to 10 years, completely from scratch because they're so on trend, which that'd be super fun to do, right? To be able to
Mhm,
spend that money and do
mhm,
that, but that's not sustainable or realistic. And I do think more than ever before, we're in a disposable society where people are
mhm,
like, we're just going to throw it up and satiate our immediate need, and then we'll dump it and redo. And there is a point
mhm.
where that's not possible. And I do think there's a quality conversation there, most certainly.
Absolutely. Sustainability is in as well. And so upcycling or just as you said, using quality materials, maybe in that 7 to 10 year time frame, you sand down and refinish your cabinetry rather than ripping out something that is lower in quality and starting anew. Um, yeah, there's lots of ways that you can go about it, but not being really abusive in a way with just like that turning and burning type of thought
I
process.
definitely agree. And I do feel that we're seeing a shift to sustainability again, and people are more, especially with the quality challenges and the labor and material costs that are going
Mhm,
up,
mhm.
right? So it
Right,
changes,
right.
shifts the mindset on how do we get to a place where the whole point is you, the client, and getting to a place where you love your space. That's the whole point of this is loving on your space. Um,
Mhm,
being advised on good choices so you're not going after that highly elaborate, what I would call not stand the test of time design selection. There's a whole lot more of
mhm.
that, in my opinion,
Yeah.
out there than there is the classics. So, one of the what I'm drawn to and why I'm so excited to share you is the work that you do is just so breathtaking, yet comfortable at the same time,
Oh,
so elegant, yet so
thank
natural,
you.
organic, I love those words, all of it, all of it.
Thank thank you.
So, you're in the tile shop right now, you're available for one-on-ones, right? So, if a client wants to, we're gonna have Kelly's all of her contact information and the showrooms, we can find your materials. This is,
Absolutely.
for say that again?
I said absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, The sessions available one-on-one are so valuable because I call those inspiration sessions that really get to the why behind what you're trying to do in your home. We spend 80% of our life in our house. So I think more than ever before, especially after COVID, you know,
Mhm.
people really seek out clarity on how to get to the um, point where they can easily. It's hard. It's a lot. I think a lot of people. I just had a meeting with a client last week, and they've been thinking about renovating their kitchen for 15 years. 15 years, but kind of like going back to
Oof,
starting a business, right? They just are scared and overwhelmed, and they
right.
don't start. They don't start. So I love
Yeah.
interviewing designers because there's a glimmer, right, of clarity, just one nugget. And I think that sitting in with a session with Kelli, you'd find total clarity. And I always say short term gain for long, or short term pain for long term gain. You end up in a renovation for, let's say, 2 to 4 months, and you've got over a decade, 15, 20 years, a resale uptick. If you decide to sell the
Mhm.
home, there's a
Mhm.
benefit there. It's just a beautiful thing. So, we're going to be interviewing Kelli and her husband again in July for a little intel on West Bay homes. Today, I really wanted to talk to you, Kelli Fontana, about Kelli Fontana's beautiful, beautiful design aesthetic. The tile and wallpaper are spectacular, and having a session with Kelli will absolutely be worth its weight in gold if you're considering a renovation. That's
Oh, that's kind, Carrie.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So we'll be listing all of that down. And if you have any questions for Kelli directly, make sure to message us below and we will connect you and you two can talk. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today, Kelli. Thank you. It's really an honor.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Fly the Coop. If you have any thoughts of an interview and want to share your story, we're happy to do that. Don't forget to click and subscribe on our link below and follow us on our future Fly the Coop podcast. Thank you so much and have a great day.